Hello, everybody. This is Lamoille View, and we like to start off our program with doing a chamber check-in. So we're glad to have with us Tess Milner from the Lamoille Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Tess.
Hi, thanks for having me again. I'm always happy to check in and let everyone know what's going on at the chamber.
Yeah. So tell us what's new this week at the chamber.
Well, we've been expanding on our member-to-member discount program. We're really excited about that. We already had some discounts established for our members, such as a 10% off of Good Dog Grooming and a reduction at Gordon's Energy. But we're reaching out to our members to see what they are happy to offer. So we are exploring the possibility of being able to hold events again. We're pretty well known for our chamber mixers. They're a great way to network and support our member businesses in the community. And we're really trying to get that up and going again, but using, proper health protocols and social distancing. We've reached out to the local town to see if we can do some exciting outdoor Main Street buy local events, and we're just kind of waiting to hear back on that. So that's something really exciting, not only to support our members, but the community as a whole, because the financial stability of the community and the economy is really important to us and everyone.
And we did see something in the news, was it that last week, about the Lamoille Rail Trail information? Do you want to give us an update on, we heard some good news about that.
Yeah, so it seems like the funding has come in for the completion of the rail trail. We are super excited about that because that goes straight through the Lamoille region and you can visit businesses along the way, which is really fun, exciting, and safe because it's an outdoor recreation. So we're really looking forward to that. It's the completion of the rail trail is going to be sooner than what was expected. So that's also really great.
Wow. Yeah, that is good. As we said last week, right here in Lamoille County through Morrisville, it's the only town that the trail actually runs directly through.
Yes.
So that's really exciting news. And tell us again, so for folks that are listening or watching this, where can people learn more about the Lamoille Chamber of Commerce?
Well, we have an awesome website. It's www.lamoillechamber.com, and people are always welcome to reach out to us. You can email me directly at executivedirector@lamoillechamber.com or give us a call. Our number is 802-888-7607.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tess. And we do have coming up, we do have one of our chamber members. We're going to be doing an interview with them, and that's going to be Nate from Sushi Yoshi. So stay tuned for that. Welcome, everybody. This is our weekly live stream interview where we sit down and talk to some of our chamber members. And right now we have with us here, we have Nate Freund from Sushi Yoshi out of Stowe. So welcome, Nate. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So as we mentioned before we get on the air, we have people that usually follow the Lamoille Chamber of Commerce. We have people from out of state. We also have people who actually live in Vermont who are fans of the page, and kind of give people a bit of a background and history of Sushi Yoshi and how it got into Stowe.
So the Stowe location is one of three Sushi Yoshi locations that we have. Our first one was in Killington in the early 90s. We opened that. We really made our expansion into what we're doing now, the model we have now, in about 2001. Then in 2005, we opened a location in upstate New York, in Lake George, New York. And then Stowe was in 2013. And I grew up in Middlesex, went to high school at U32, so born and bred Vermonter, about one exit away on the highway. So I had always known the lay of the land in Stowe, and my parents had a wholesale produce business in Waterbury, Stowe for 30 years. So we kind of were familiar with the restaurant scene there. But what really sparked us to open this location in 2013 was actually, funny enough, a Craigslist ad. We were searching for equipment for one of our other locations, and we saw that the location that we're currently in now is selling some Japanese cooking equipment. We ended up replying to the ad and talking to the building owners, and decided instead of buying the equipment and moving it to Killington, we were just going to open a location in Stowe. Funny enough, and it's been the rest is history, I suppose.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about what people can expect if they come to the Sushi Yoshi here in Stowe. Is it pretty familiar if somebody's like from Killington and they want to come and check out the one here? Will they basically find the same similar atmosphere?
It's very close. As far as the restaurant business goes, we've found that consistency is key. So, what's allowed us to open multiple locations is our customers sort of have a certain expectation, menu expectation, sort of a cultural expectation. They want the experience to feel consistent and uniform. So Stowe is, very much a sibling of Killington and Lake George and vice versa. There are a few differences. Like we like to, when we write our menus, we like to name certain items after familiar landmarks or things like that. So we have a few items on the Stowe menu that are named after like our favorite places in Morrisville. Like the Katie's Falls roll in Stowe, sushi roll in Stowe might actually be the name of a trail at Killington when you're skiing. So same ingredients, just a little bit of a different, more familiar feel from town to town. And then, basically what we do is we do an upscale dining experience with a casual atmosphere. So if you come in, t-shirt, shorts and flip-flops, you still get that authentic, true dining experience that you get anywhere from, in any major metropolitan area. That's really what we strive for, is to make it comfortable and relaxing, but authentic.
Okay. And so how are things going now with any precautions that you're putting in? Because we do have some, a lot of people who now are doing kind of staycations. We're going to traveling, just sticking to Vermont. What can they expect now in the time? Do you have takeout? How do you have your seating set up now during COVID-19?
So in the Stowe location, we have takeout, and we offer it we either do curbside pickup. We have 10 designated parking spots that are close to the building that people can order. They can pull in. They call us and tell us I'm in spot number 5, and we run their food out to them, and it's completely touchless. They also can come in and pick up takeout, and we do a lot of both. And the seating arrangement currently is pretty hyper focused on outdoor seating, just because we feel that's, at this time, the most preferential seating for most customers. We find they'd rather be outside, and the weather's nice enough now so that we can do it. We always had outdoor seating before, but we've sort of enhanced it and expanded it. The state's actually made it really easy for us to do that, and the town as well, which has been really good. But in the interior, we're at a 50% reduced capacity, which is what everyone in the state who's complying with the governor's orders is at. We have separated everything so that it's at least 6 feet apart. Most of our tables are further apart than that. And the other thing, we have a thick read if you ever want to read something amazing on COVID policies and procedures for our staff as far as sanitization, cleaning. Everything is different. I've been in the business 20 years. And this was probably the greatest learning experience I know I've ever had, and my business partners have ever had, and our managers and our staff. We've really had to reprogram ourselves, because the little things you take for granted as far as operations and procedures and things you do to be efficient under normal circumstances, you just can't do now, and you may not even ever be able to do them again. So we've sort of shifted our focus on safety, cleanliness. The big thing for us is we want our staff to be safe, we want our families to be safe, and by doing so, we're creating a safe environment for the customers and their families. We probably spend, I would say, an extra 10 to 15 hours a week on sanitization and cleaning, and we probably spend another 10% more on our weekly pay, making sure it's done correctly.
And do you have so say somebody who might have come to your restaurant last year, and they want to come again? Have you seen any shift in your menu options because of COVID-19, or do you still have the same menu options that you have now?
So we have the majority of our menu options we've been able to maintain. It's with all the changes going on, it makes the most sense for us to keep at least a consistent menu, because I think, again, that people want to know what to expect, and they've come to know us over the years. The only thing that interrupted that a bit was some hiccups in the supply chain. But for the most part, our vendors have that sorted out. The only differences they may notice now is that we're using some different compostable / disposable touch point items that might be a little bit different as far as cutlery and plates. We don't use plastic bags anymore, things like that. But I don't, as far as the menu goes, it's pretty much the same as it's been, with the addition of a few specials and a couple of summer cocktails and things like that.
Wow, this is great. And so people can find you. Let's get this, that you have, it's at sushistow.com, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they can, and if they go to sushistow.com, they can find the contact info there. You also have a PDF menu, so people can print it out if they need to, or
Yep.
and through there they can call ahead. They can, as you say, you do takeout. They can come in. Can people just show right up and then get seated as well?
Yeah. So what we do is we take immediate reservations. So the state of Vermont deemed that sit down seating at dine-in seating at restaurants need to be reservation only, and as it sort of became more and more mainstream, the governor articulated in one of his press conferences that the main purpose of this is for contact tracing in case there was an incident at someone's business. So if we have the availability and a party shows up, we take their information on the spot. We prepare, we sanitize the area that they're in, and we can seat them as long as there's availability and they have the proper information, and we can identify everyone in their party and take their contact info. So we do that. As far as takeout goes, you can show up to the restaurant and order it on the spot and wait your 15 or 20 minutes, and we can produce it for you. But yeah, plenty of on the spot stuff. You don't necessarily have to call.
Well, that's great. So Nate, as I say, they can find you at sushistow.com.
Mm-hmm.
The contact information is right there. The menu is right there. Same great food as it's always been. And thank you very much, Nate. It was a great talking to you.
Yeah, thank you for including me in this. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
You're welcome. Wow, that's great. And tell us a bit, give us a little bit also on what other things are we looking at now with the chamber? Any good? I'll edit this part out. I'm glad we're not doing this live. What was the other question you wanted me to ask you?
All right, so let me straighten up now.